Wait, why were they filming that then? Oh, it's just one of those like cams that just films one thing.
They're from the future and they went back in time to film this.
Ship lost power and control, freak accident, not terrorism. But well, these days like everybody always jumps like the wildest conclusions as soon as something happens. It's been insane. I think out of all insensitive people that say shit about stuff, I think people who jump to like wild accusations of bullshit conspiracies, I think those are the most hurtful by far. Damn, that's insane. It's crazy to see though that that was actually very interesting to watch. I don't know why. It's good to see that structurally bridges are very well made, but they're not made like there isn't a big buffer on what more they can do than what they already do. Does that make sense? Like, see, it loses a little bit of stability, or it's done.
Wait, when did that happen?
Like now, I get it. It's a
So
bridge.
crazy.
You
Why don't they
gotta-
just add more of like those bottom post things?
I understand it. What you're saying, chat? Yes, I'm thinking like yeah, like poly bridge, right? Like whenever the bridge goes like yellow, whatever. I just thought in real life, bridges are so well made that they would be green regardless of what you're doing. Yeah, guys, I literally watched it live yesterday.
Hey, what's going on with shipping? Sal Mercogliano here. This
Oh, chat, we could have an expert view on this, chat. 1.7 million views 10 hours ago. What is going on with shipping it? This guy's entire channel is on shipping it, but chat, watch out, chat. He is bald, so we're gonna have to be careful. Let's get into this.
morning. So we've had an incident in the port of Baltimore involving the motor vessel Dolly outbound from Baltimore. I am just beginning to process the information and take a look at it, but I want to clarify something that I've been seeing that needs to be done. This is the video coming from the port of Baltimore. I'm going to go ahead and live stream it.
So
Or replay it. This is Dolly coming out. Notice the ship just went dark. I'm going to come back here for a second. Go back here a second. Take you back about 10 seconds here. So she would have came off the berth at Dundalk here, and if you...
chat, do it today. Chat keeps saying Baltimore.
play back this video, you'll see that the ship is outbound, turning around the channel, comes off to the comes off of Dundalk right here, goes out the channel, spins around, and is coming out. Now let's be clear, this is obviously the exit out.
Fuck, man.
This is where she wants to come out. Go ahead and play it again. Here she is coming out. You'll see lights along her side. You'll see lights right here. That red light in the back is not her, but she goes dark all of a sudden. So now the ship is dark. You are not having any power on this vessel. The ship has basically dropped the plant. So when I initially heard about this happening, there was a lot of questions about, was this mechanical or was this human? This is obviously a mechanical issue in that they lost power. We're not sure why she lost power. So here she is. She is basically coasting at this point without any control. Now, if she had lost power, does that mean she lost her rudder? Did she lose propulsion?
Guys,
the vessel.
guys, it's a she, motherfucker. Guys, vessels have like names or whatever, right? Like the slice of life or whatever, right? They have names.
Was in the channel on the outbound leg. She was coming out, and you see her still kind of moving here very slowly down on the channel. Traffic up on the bridge is moving along, and the ship is just progressing slowly down the channel.
Okay. So
Ship's still moving at this time, and then we see the power come back on. So you see the lights come back on. So she is able to get power back on at this moment. Oops, sorry, it's buffering here. So you get power now coming back on. She, once again, should have propulsion. She should be making way. Now, when you lose power on a ship, it is the worst feeling in the world. Everything goes quiet, goes dark. Now you start seeing black smoke coming out of the port funnel. So she is belching black smoke at this time. You can see it coming out right here.
Check in, yes.
So this indicates, obviously, an engine problem. Now, what are they doing at this point? They may be backing down at this moment, trying to stop their forward progress. Now, the problem with backing down on a ship is that it is single prop. And what's going to happen is when you try to back down, the ship is going to start careening. It's going to start kind of pitching around. And what happens here, based on the track line that I saw in marine traffic, is the ship starts to go across the channel. She was basically in the middle of the channel, coming out right down in the middle, and now she's careening toward the right side. Notice more black smoke coming out. I saw a helicopter image this morning that showed that the port side anchor had been dropped. So what you would want to do is try to arrest the forward movement of the vessel. The problem with this
it's still gonna slingshot, no?
If you start backing down on the ship, it's going to start twisting.
Yeah, there you go.
If you just kept the ship going, stopped the propeller, and used the rudder, you would have some control. But now the vessel is starting to veer out of the channel. And this is what we see. The ship starts crossing from the north side of the channel to the south side of the channel, and then eventually out of the channel entirely. And at the speed she's going, she is not able to stop her forward progress.
Seems
So, see the black smoke still coming out of the ship at this time. The ship now is coming out of the channel entirely. She would not have tugs on her. She would have had tugs to take her off the berth at Dundalk, but not once she was underway and had propulsion. This ship, Singapore flag, Singapore registered company. Dolly is one of these ships that basically is leased by the larger operating companies, so we're not exactly sure whose route she was on, what company she was servicing. She was.
Oh my, dude, guys, I need to remove that chat. Guys, it's an old fucking Twitch Rivals thing and it keeps popping up, dude. Twitch Rivals, please stop it. Stop it. Twitch Rivals, I am so tired of your shit.
Was out of Baltimore, heading to Colombo, so she was heading down to the Panama Canal, and she was going to be heading across the Pacific. At this point, she is heading right for the pylons. And understand, once you take out a pylon on a bridge, that's it. These bridges are designed to rest on top of that pylon. She's going to sideswipe it. This is going to be the worst kind of bridge disaster in the United States since Tampa back in the 1980s.
XQCL.
And even if you drop the anchors, which we know she drops the port anchor, looking at the image from helicopters, the port anchor was not just dropped, but it was angling.
Chat, I have a terrible take. Chat, what if they don't drop the anchor and try when the power comes back on the river to steer a little bit, right? Or stay on course, right? Because it slingshotted it back into the pillar because the anchor was dropped, right? But if they just kept going forward.
Aft, meaning that it dragged. But at any sort of speed, it's not going to stop the vessel. She would have dropped, I'm not sure if she dropped the starboard anchor. That's her hitting right there. You can see the big splash as she hits the piling right there. There are barriers around the pilings, but not enough.
Yahoo.
And that will cause the collapse and just the horror of this event taking place here. And that is the tragedy right there.
Can I finally get a welcome to the jungle?
So,
One second, man.
So that is my quick assessment based on the video right there. Obviously, a loss of power resulted in the ship losing control and hitting the bridge. Not a lot you can do. The ship would have been under the command of the ship's master. There would have been a Chesapeake Bay pilot on board to advise the master. Remember the issue we had with Everforward when it came out of Baltimore, and it was further down the track than this. We had the pilot being distracted. I don't think that's a case here at all. This obviously appears to be a mechanical issue. The fact that the ship lost power at least once, if not twice, it was kind of hard to see. But
Are you telling me that it's not CIA, dude, or the fucking or the whatever group, dude? That is crazy, dude. No way. There's got to be more to this.
Steel and concrete lie across the bow of the ship that brought the Francis Scott Key Bridge crashing down with a single blow. The huge 95,000-ton container ship Dolly lost power and propulsion before veering into a pillar, triggering the collapse.
What the f? What the f? What the f?
The entire bridge, the entire key bridge in the harbor.
In this eerie video, a searchlight scans the wreckage in the darkness as rescuers began the all-night search for the missing. Maryland Governor Wes Moore described how a mayday from the container ship just before impact alerted cops to halt traffic heading across the doomed bridge.
Between the mayday and the collapse, that we had officials who were able to begin to stop the flow of traffic, so more cars were not up on the bridge, which saved lives in a very, very heroic way.
Several vehicles, including this 18-wheeler, managed to make it across the bridge moments before disaster struck. But an 8-man construction crew filling potholes on the bridge was stranded. They and their vehicles can be seen plummeting into the river below. President Biden spoke out about the disaster.
Everything so far indicates that this was a terrible accident. At this time, we have no other indication, no other reason to believe there's any intentional act here.
Dramatic video of the disaster shows the lights going out as the ship loses power for 30 seconds and it drifts toward the bridge. The lights come on again for a moment as power is restored, but it's too late to prevent the collision. Over my shoulder, you can still see wreckage from...
It's not that it would be intentional, it's that these days they have to precise it because people are fucking brain dead. The problem is that people have lost their fucking minds, okay? We are living on our fucking heads these days, dude. Everybody's brain dead, fried, like me. Okay, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop being fucking dumb. I'm so tired of reading this shit. Stop it.
The bridge draped across that large ship. Now, we are getting indications that the 22-man crew on board did everything they could to prevent this disaster from happening, even thrusting the ship's engine into reverse. But
oh, a real comment, hold on. Own it. You are smarter than the majority of these guys. Alright. Chat. Guys, I honestly can say to the chat, I own it to a chat. I am smarter.
But the momentum from the giant vessel was just far too strong to avoid the collision. I spoke with CBS Evening News anchor Nora O'Donnell, who was also at the scene. Was it shocking to you that this all happened from one strike of that massive cargo ship?
Yeah, it is shocking to see in person. This is a...
Alright, chat, here's another terrible take, okay, chat? Guys, what if the ships, okay, like this, were equipped, chat, with massive cannons, okay? So massive cannons like this, like that, like this, and like that. And they can shoot a blank, okay? And let's say it's like bad and it's completely out of power, whatever. They shoot a shot. And because the power of the drawback, it stops the momentum going forward. It shoots a massive, like a massive blank. It's like a last ditch effort and it saves them. Is this not a good idea? This is not a good idea. So it's not a good idea.
Huge bridge. It is almost 1.5 miles long. The entire center part of this bridge collapsed into the water because of this giant cargo ship that was on its way to Sri Lanka. And of course, because it veered off course, because it lost electrical power, it was able...
Yeah, we heard that. What is it? It's a good idea, but blank wouldn't work. The ship needs to eject large mass. Then a cannonball, and fuck it, dude. What an unlucky place to lose power, though, no? I mean, I'm guessing if you have boats that are going in places like all the time, all it takes is one, you know. Well, it's not, guys. I'm not saying it's suspicious. Chat, guys. It's just numbers. Like you're gonna have boats that are going there in and out all the time, permanently or periodically. You know, like it is what it is.